there. So today I'm going to be making some Christmas sugar cookies using a box cake mix, the Swerve Sweets boxed yellow cake mix. And this is a little bit smaller than what I'm going to need, so I'm just going to add a half a cup of almond flour and about a fourth a cup of the Swerve granular mixture to kind of help thicken up the cookies. So let me get started with mixing all of the dry ingredients together, and we will take it from there. Okay, so once you combine all of your dry ingredients, again, this is the cake mixture, and then half a cup of almond flour and a fourth of a cup of the Swerve granular. So once you've got those mixed up together, then you're going to start on the wet ingredients, and I will start by melting a full stick of butter. Alright, so once your butter is melted, again, that was a full stick of butter, I'm just going to go ahead and add that right in and start mixing it up so that the butter is pretty evenly dispersed. And then I will be adding 2 eggs to this mixture. Okay, so once you have the mixture all mixed up and it forms into a dough that looks like this, it's pretty on the thick side. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and kind of divide up the dough ball into basically 2, and then pop this into the fridge and let it chill. I find it's much easier to work with rolling out cookie dough and things like that after it has been chilled first. So you're gonna cover this and pop it in the fridge for about 30-ish minutes, and then I'll show you what it's supposed to look like and the hardness factor that you're looking for when I pull it out. Okay, so I've had this chilling in the fridge for about 30 to 40 minutes or so. So now I'm just going to pick up the dough, and I've got some parchment paper laid out, and I'll show you whenever I'm rolling out dough, I prefer to do it in between 2 different parchment papers. I am going to sprinkle just a little bit of Carb Quick on here just to kind of help keep it from sticking. But you could also use almond flour or anything low carb like that you have on hand. Does not have to be Carb Quick, that's just what I happen to have. So let me just sprinkle a little bit. It's just a minuscule amount just to kind of keep this from sticking to the cookies. Okay, so now that I've got the dough on here, it's really, you can see the Carb Quick is just kind of sprinkled around just to kind of help keep it from sticking. I smushed it down just a little bit, and then I'm going to put another sheet of parchment paper on top, and then I will start with my rolling pin. And I just thought I'd give you guys an idea of what it looks like whenever you're rolling it with the parchment paper. You're just gonna kind of work with it just the same as you would if there wasn't any parchment paper. This just helps to keep the dough from sticking to the rolling pin. Alright, so once you have flattened out your dough, then you're just going to go ahead and start the process of cutting. So I've got a few different cookie cutters, Christmas themed cookie cutters, so I'm just going to go ahead and start pressing those out. Okay, and then once you have them all pressed out, the easiest way I found to do this is to just kind of pull off the dough around it. We're just going to flatten that out. I'll show you that in just a second. But we're just going to reflatten that out anyways. So just get it out of the way so that you can get your cookie shapes out of here. And then once you get them transferred over, then you're just going to put all the dough back together, and you're just going to repeat the process, like put the parchment down on top of it, roll it out, and then continue pressing your cookies until the dough is pretty much done. Okay, so now that my tray is filled up, I have the oven preheated to 350, so I'm just going to throw these in there for about 10 to 12 minutes. Definitely keep an eye on them starting at 10 minutes and just keep checking to make sure they don't overcook. But yeah, 10 to 12 minutes at 350. Okay, so now that the cookies are all baked and they've had a chance to cool off, now we get to the fun part, which is the decorating. So I've got a few sandwich baggies here. That's what I'm going to be using to make my icing bags, and I will go ahead and get started showing you how I do that. It's really the easiest way I found to create an icing bag. There's a way that you can use like parchment paper. I used to work in a bakery for years and years, so that's what we used to have to do, is create it with a parchment bag, or a parchment paper, I mean. But these are a great alternative if you don't know how to create that. I may do a video one day showing people how to construct like a piping bag or an icing bag using the parchment paper. But for today, I'm just going to be using the baggies. For one thing, since I'm going to be making colored icing, it's so much easier to just scoop some of the white icing in here and then just mix the color right in, and you can just close the baggie and just like mix it right up, and you save yourself having to use an extra dish. So let me go ahead and get started with that. And I have some more icing. I may end up having to use that also because I'm making the piping bags for also using for my gingerbread house, which I'll be making either today or tomorrow. So it's a real time saver because I can make enough for both projects, and they keep just fine in the baggies. Okay, so I'm just starting with green, just so you guys can see what I'm doing with it. Just kind of mix it all up. Keep on mixing it until all the color is evenly dispersed. And I'll be doing that with all the different colors that I'm going to need. I think I'm going to do red, green, obviously, for Christmas cookies. Blue, yellow, black, and white. so I won't have to mix anything for the white, but for the black I will. So anyways, just keep doing this and add, you can start small, adding your color in, and you can always add some more to get the desired color that you're looking for. Okay, so now that I've got all my colors mixed up in my bag, now I can get started with the actual decorating part. So what you want to do for the bags is you're just going to pull the bag, like the corner of the bag taut, and then cut a small little triangle off. I'll show you. And it's always better to start small, and if you need to, you can cut a bigger hole, but you definitely don't want it to be like too large and then you have no way of going back and undoing it, you know. So if you can see, I just cut like this tiniest little bit off to make it to where you can pipe the icing out. Okay, so now that I showed you how to do that, I'm going to get started with the decorating part. I've got 2 of my little mittens here, so I'm going to start with that. Easy peasy. So I think I'm gonna do one mitten blue. So I'll do blue for the next color. That's so cute. Okay, so I think next, let's see, I can go ahead and do some of the Christmas trees. Got to get some of these moved over so I can kind of transfer the ones that are already done. This middle one got a little overdone, but we still love him. He's still gonna be good. I think the most important part about making Christmas cookies or holiday cookies of any kind is just having fun, because that's kind of the reason, you know, you're doing it. So definitely try to make it a fun, you know, experience, and don't, you know, take yourself too seriously. This was definitely one of the things I loved the most about working in a bakery, was getting to do all of the fun decorating, learning how to write on cakes. And if you can see right here, there's a little gap because sometimes the icing gets like air pockets in it, but it's super easy to fix. Don't freak out or anything if you're in the middle of doing it and one of them like gaps. Icing is very, very forgiving. Alrighty, these are the Christmas trees. So cute. I love doing this kind of stuff and decorating and everything like that. So I'm really glad that there are keto and low carb options to be able to do stuff like this. Okay, so moving on to the presents. Little present boxes. If I didn't mention it before, I got the cookie cutters off of Amazon. It's like a holiday cookie cutter set or something like that. And there are the little present cookies. And next we have the little ornament cookies. And there we have our little ornament cookies. They're so cute. I know, I think every single one of them is so cute. I just love decorating. It's so much fun. It can be a little bit time consuming, but I feel like it's worth it. Especially for like special occasions like holidays. These little guys are really easy. Already done with the reindeers. The candy canes are always super easy to get done also. And there's all the stockings. Gotta give our gingerbread men the gumdrop buttons. If you know what I'm talking about, comment down below. And there's our little gingerbread man. Little gingerbread man. And now we're down to the last 3. Thank goodness. I love doing it, but it does get to be a little bit of work. Cutie patootie little house, little gingerbread house. And there's little Santa Claus. Little Santa Claus face. I'm running out of room. And last one, snowman. Just gonna give him a little scarf here. Nice little winter scarf. And all done. Here's an up close of the little snowman. So I will let you guys look a little up close. Let me arrange these on the tray and then I'll do like an up close shot. And here's a little bit more up close so you can see, excuse any mess that you see on the floor. You can see all the different ones kind of up close and personal. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me with my lovely Christmas decorating and Christmas decorating cookies, that is. And be sure to comment down below and let me know if you always end up making Christmas cookies and what are some of your favorite Christmas cookies to make. There were several different styles that I didn't even get to, but these were my favorites. So yeah, definitely comment down below and let me know what you're doing for your holidays as far as like baking goes. And as always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to hit that bell notification so you are notified whenever I upload more videos just like these. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great one. Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and happy holidays if you don't. Thanks so much.